myself Dr. Vishnu Charan Das, Assistant Professor in Chemistry. Today we will learn phase equilibrium or phase rule. The phase rule is an important tool for quantitative treatment of the system in equilibrium. This phase equilibrium or phase rule is different from the states of matter like solid state, liquid state, gaseous state. So instead of a state, we will use here the phase, solid phase, liquid phase, gaseous phase. And in this chapter, we will come across some key words: phase, component, and degree of freedom. As I have pointed out, it is an important tool for study of industrial chemistry, and it has wide application in industrial chemistry. In today's session, we will learn phase. So what is phase? So phase is defined as any homogeneous and physically distinct part of the system which is bounded by a surface and is mechanically separable from the other parts of the system. So as per the definition, it is a homogeneous and physically distinct. So a phase is homogeneous and physically distinct and bounded by a surface and is mechanically separable. So one phase can be separated from other phase mechanically. Okay. So how can we determine phases of different type of systems? There are different type of systems, and we should determine the number of phases in a system. So first of all, consider mixture of gases. Say A is a gas and B is a gas. They mix to form a homogeneous mixture. So the number of phases is equal to 1. If out of the A and B, the A has the higher van der Waals constant than B, then A can be liquefied to B easily. Under these circumstances, we have A, B in the gaseous phase, this form homogeneous mixture, and under same condition, the A liquefies, gas A liquefies to the liquid phase, and there is equilibrium between A gas and A liquid. So we have two phases. If we consider the mixture of rice, dal, and salt in a bowl, let us take rice, salt, dal in the bowl, and we will mix it thoroughly. Then what will happen? That is that will form a uniform mixture, but that is not homogeneous because each item is visible, each item is separable in that mixture. So that is a system of mixture, and we will read that later on. The number of phases in that is 3. So now consider the colloidal solution. We have 3 types of solutions: colloidal solution, true solution, and suspension. So far as the colloidal solution is concerned, the particle size ranges from 1 to 1000 micron. It is not visible to the naked eye. However, the concept of colloidal solution reveals it is a dispersion phase, consists of dispersion phase and dispersion medium. the dispersion medium is the colloidal particles. Suppose we have taken the solvent is water and the silver chloride, we put some silver chloride to it, then it forms a colloidal solution, and the number of phases is equal to 2, because this is silver chloride is a mechanically separable and physically distinct. We can distinguish it by Tyndall effect, Brownian movement, etc. Again, if we add another colloidal particle, silver iodide, to it, there are two distinct colloidal particles in the solution, and the solvent is water. So, in this case, the phase is equal to 3. So, true solution. In true solution, the particle size is less than 1 micron, and it forms a homogeneous solution. Say, for example, the sugar in water. The sugar is no more visible in water. It forms a homogeneous solution. So, the phase is equal to 1. That is sugar and water. Similarly, if you add salt in water, it forms a clear solution. There is the number of phases is equal to 1. If you add alcohol to water, it is also completely miscible, completely soluble, and the number of phases is equal to 1. So, if it forms two different phases, what would happen? We are dissolving salt. Suppose we test the upper part of the water. It is pure water. It is not pure water. It is salty water, and it is homogeneous. So it is the phase is 1. Now, say solubility of the gases in liquid. Gas plus water. There are two possibilities. Less soluble, the gas is less soluble. When gas is less soluble, the number of phases is equal to. Suppose we have the water plus sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide is less soluble in water. So, it forms number of phases is equal to 2. The second possibility, the gas is highly soluble in water. Example, ammonia and water. The ammonia gas is highly soluble in water in all proportion. So, the phase is equal to 1. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is a gas, and the hydrochloric acid gas is also highly soluble in water, and it forms clear solution, and the phase is equal to 1. However, if HCl is supersaturated, then it is some HCl gas forms in equilibrium with the solution. So in that case, the phase is equal to, phase will be 2. So you must have seen in the laboratory that when we open the bottle of the hydrochloric acid, concentrated hydrochloric acid, there are some gases evolving out of it. So it is supersaturated after dissolution of the HCl in water. So in this case, the number of phases is 2. So now we come to the water and sodium chloride solution. Say in a container we have taken some water and put 20 gram of NaCl to it. Okay. So the 20 gram of NaCl, it is completely soluble in water. So in another container we have taken the same amount of water and 22 gram of NaCl is put into it. So 20 gram of water completely soluble in water, 20 gram of sodium chloride completely soluble in water. When you put 22 gram, some sodium chloride settled down, settled at the bottom of the container. So in this case, there are some sodium chloride solid and sodium chloride solution. So the number of phases here is equal to 2. But in this case, the amount of sodium chloride put into the water is completely soluble or completely miscible. So the number of phases is equal to 1. So this is the below saturation. So when the solute is below saturation, the number of phases is equal to 1. When it is above saturation, the number of phases is equal to 2. When a system consists of mixture of solids, then how can we identify the number of phases? I have already discussed in the beginning that the rice, dal and salt we have taken in a bowl and mix it thoroughly. But after thorough mixing, it becomes uniform. However, each species is distinguishable and each species, each item is separable. So, in that case, rice, dal plus salt, this is number of phases is equal to 3. Similarly, you can take sand, salt and sugar in a bowl in different proportion and mix it thoroughly. Then it will become a uniform mixture, but it is not homogeneous. So the number of phases is equal to 3. Say in chemistry application, say we can take the iron powder and copper powder and mix it together. Then the number of phases is equal to 2. However, the two solids when form alloy, the number of phases is 1 because the alloy is a solid solution. Solid solution, and in alloy it is a homogeneous. The alloy is a homogeneous. So the alloy, the number of phases is equal to 1. Now we will consider the decomposition of calcium carbonate. Say we will take a calcium carbonate in a container, calcium carbonate, and heat it. Okay. So when calcium carbonate is heated, and here it is given a cover, so it decomposes to calcium oxide and plus carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide will leave the gas will be here, and there will be some undecomposed calcium carbonate and calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So 3 different distinguishable species are in this container, and the number of phases is equal to 3. Okay. So calcium carbonate is distinguishable or mechanically separable from calcium oxide, and this is a solid, and this is gas, and the number of phases is equal to 3 in this case. Okay. So if you consider the decomposition of ammonium chloride, then ammonium chloride decomposes to form ammonia gas and HCl gas. Okay. So if the in the container we have taken the ammonium chloride solid, and it is heated. In the gaseous stage there will be ammonia and HCl. Vessel is closed vessel. So the ammonia and HCl, the two gases are homogeneous, and it is in equilibrium with the ammonium chloride is solid. This is solid and gas, so the number of phases is equal to 2. So in case of the hydrated salt, if a salt is burning, hydrated salt, say copper sulfate, 5H2, copper sulfate, 3H2, copper sulfate, 1H2, copper sulfate, anhydrous copper sulfate. So mixture of these 4 different chemicals is will be treated as 4 phase is equal to 4. Right? Because this is a different chemical and this is a different chemical, this is different chemical, all these are different chemicals, and they have different color, structure and properties. They can be separable from one another. So phase is equal to 2. So the best example we can consider here, that is say in a container we have taken the liquid water and it is covered with it. So after some time there will be some water vapor. Okay. And there will be equilibrium between the water vapor and water. Here the number of phases is equal to 2. This is gaseous phase and this is liquid phase. Okay. So vaporization, water vaporizes from 0 degree to 100 degree centigrade. But the vaporization of water starts at the evaporation of water starts at 100 degree centigrade. But the evaporation of water is continuous from 0 degree to 100 degree centigrade. So at any temperature water evaporates. And here at a particular temperature we have taken water in the container and covered it in. So after some time the water vaporizes and the water vapors will be found in the upper part and the water in the lower part. So the water vapor equilibrate with the water, and in this case the number of phases is equal to 2. So in this way we can determine the number of phases in a particular system. So this is the basic fundamental how we analyze, how we proceed and fix the conditions to know the number of phases in a particular system. So in our next class we will discuss the another point, that is the component.